What will be the most useless profession in a post-apocalyptic world? Thrift store pricer here, I think I'm out. Everything will be technically thrifted. Oh wait, will I be actually super useful for my appraisal skills in a society of pure bartering? Lol nah, who wants to know that this is uranium glass valued at pre-apocalypse $140 when they simply need a drinking glass? Or that this is an actual humble figurine and the other is a modern reproduction when they're looking to trade it for antiseptic? Yeah, I'm gonna be useless. Basically anything liberal. No one gives a shit if you know all the genders or how to make tofu bread or some shit. They're just going to shoot you in the face, rape your corpse and loot your stuff. And that's if you're lucky and not get torture raped to death before they take your stuff. I'm telling you guys. When shit hits the fan, people become fucking feral. Maybe just don't eat your sister's butt though. Just a thought, anything related to IT, coding, or general clerical work. Maybe accounting fields. Hell, even lawyers can do conflict mediation. Some of these could come in handy depending on the circumstance, but right off the bat anyone who's used to sitting in an office is useless, and anyone who's working construction is going to be useful at a base level. And one of the relatively useless ones unfortunately, accountant. Post-apocalyptic world would have no government structure, so no need to worry about taxes nor any government financial regulations. There would be nothing for accountants to keep track of. It may come back into usefulness as the world rebuilds, but in an immediately post-apocalyptic world, they would be useless. Not a profession but vegans. Then an anti-poaching and survival instructor. Let me tell you. Despite all their claims about loving animals and the planet and being in harmony with nature etc., they're absolutely useless outside of a nice developed city where they can visit vegan delis with Wi-Fi. Health and safety inspector. Basically every post-apocalyptic show game ever totally ignores the health and safety aspect, has folks roaming abandoned and damaged buildings, taking dangerous jumps, eating random shit and stuff like that. I mean there's a lot of them: teachers, politicians, YouTubers, influencers, lawyers, judges. Basically any paperwork heavy job due to being out of shape and the knowledge of who owns what being useless in an apocalypse. Lol. Graphic designer. Thankfully, most of us are also hipsters and went through the late 00s trends of learning how to work leather, build furniture, mix drinks and throw axes, so that'll all help, to a degree. Post-apocalyptic world? Definitely the professional social media influencer. I mean, who needs perfect selfies and sponsored content when you're fighting off mutant zombies or scavenging for canned beans? I work on software for restaurants, their tills, management stuff etc. I fully expect to be a sex slave to some enormous one-eyed bald bloke in a steam-powered muscle car come the apocalypse. How to shit my pants in an elegant manner. Sometimes when you're in the middle of something and you don't want to interrupt the thought process. WF productivity. Having played all the Fallout games for years, the answer is apparently cleaners, builders, garbage men etc. Basically anyone who will try and tidy up at all. Accountant. I'm an accountant and don't think we'll follow the same IFRS post-apocalypse. I'll have to consider something else to do with all my Excel skills. From what I've seen from apocalyptic TV series and movies, specs change quite often. I've got a lot of experience with handling specs being changed. DMV desk clerk or any government job where you don't produce anything and your employment is not dependent on your ability to attract customers. Anything that requires electricity unless the job itself involves creating electricity. Looking at all the people on Reddit that works in tech. On the contrary, and despite the safety risks, I'd say prostitution would remain lucrative in a post-apocalyptic world. The highest paid ones. I've noticed the more money someone makes the less they work and the less necessary their job is. Look at what happened during the pandemic and who was gotten rid of, then also remove everybody requiring electricity. Lawyer. They are mostly parasites on society now, and definitely won't be needed after the apocalypses. I'm a 3D artist. I think my job would be completely useless with no redeeming qualities in this scenario. Anything to do with finances, because sure as hell they won't be any currency other than food and gear. Nail or lash technician. Gender studies major. Surf instructor. Interior designer. Public servants. Dog walker. I mean the dogs would have mutated into giant killing animals with long teeth. You should watch After the Dark. Day officer within Human Resources Department at small private college in Vermont. Barista. I think fancy $8 coffees will be rather low on the list of priorities. Anything you have to wear a tie and carry a briefcase to work at. Hands down. Hopefully, we will never know. If we do, I would say all of them achieved because of lack of technology after we nuked us to death lol. All those worthless C-suite B encounters. CEO, CFO, etc. Recruitment, but that goes for pre-apocalyptic world too. Layers. If society collapses, there won't be any laws. Crypto trader. They aren't even useful at the moment. Insurance salesman, I mean it's already gone to SH1T. Telephone sanitizer. Oh wait, they're already gone. Postman, or to be politically correct, postal worker. Game show host. Could be very entertaining though.